start recording. So here's what. Justin, tell me, did you get the, first off, did you guys get the solutions for the questions?
Yes, miss.
Kimoy? Kadesha?
I got the first part. I was just getting up problems with the second part, but I will follow.
Okay, so let me just explain that to you, okay? So with regards to the area for the first one, think of, let me just get a line. So think of this part here as its own separate part. So this is a square, and this is a square here, and this is a rectangle. So we're using the formula for area of a rectangle, which is length by breadth, so 8 centimeters by 6 centimeters, and that is how we got that here. And then we use the area of a square, which is 4 centimeters here, to get 4 squared, and we saw previously that 4 squared is 4 multiplied by 4. So that will give us 48 plus 16, which will give us 16 centimeters squared. Hold on. Right. Now, you can get the perimeter by adding everything all around, or you could have also gotten the perimeter by dividing this into the rectangle and the square and using the formula there. So it would be 2 multiplied by 8 plus 6, right? Which will give you 2 multiplied by 14, which is 28 for this area, for this perimeter on this side here. And then 4 multiplied by 4 because it's side multiplied by 4. So one side is 4, so 4 multiplied by 4 will give you 16. And we add the 2 parameters, which is of the square and the square and the rectangle to get the same 36 centimeters. Okay? Any questions?
No, miss.
All right, moving on. Here we're doing the same thing. You want to consider this as a rectangle and this as a triangle. So we want to find the area. The formula for area of a rectangle is length by width. So length is 13 centimeters and width is 10 centimeters. And we're going to add that to the area of a triangle, which is a half by height by breadth or base. We already know the height is this distance to this distance, which is 10 centimeters. So that will be a half multiplied by 4 multiplied by 10. That will give us 10 by 13 is 130, and this is 20. So our total area for this shape is 150 centimeters. Did everyone get this?
Yes, miss.
Nope, I didn't finish.
Okay, so Kadeja, don't worry, after class, we will go through what you got, right? Okay, good job, Kimoy. All right, moving on to the last question. In this question, we have half of a circle and or a semicircle and a square combined. So what we are going to do is that we are going to combine the area of these 2 shapes the same way we did previously. The area of a square is right. So the area of the square is 10 multiplied by 10. That is what we would normally do. But notice, we want to find the area of a circle. So let's go back to our formulas. The area of a circle is 5 multiplied by r squared. Here, we know that from this distance, from point A to point B, would give us the diameter of the semicircle. So to find the radius of the semicircle, we are going to divide the diameter, which is 10 by 2. and that gives us 5. And the reason why we are multiplying by a half is because it is not a full circle. So we are multiplying 2 by pi by 5 by a half because we are only checking the perimeter, which is this distance here. We are not going in a full circle. That will give us 15.71. Now you may be wondering, why are we multiplying 3 by 10 for the perimeter? The reason we are multiplying 3 by 10 for the perimeter and not 4 by 10 is because this side here is inside of the sheet. It is not on the outside, and the perimeter goes around the sheet. And around the shape, there are only 3 sides of 10 millimeters each. So that is why we multiply 3 by 10 instead of 4 by 10. And that will give us 30. When we add the total of the perimeter for this semicircle and then the perimeter of this square, or you could say 3/4 square, we will get 45.71 millimeters. Any questions?
No, miss.
Moy? Okay. To find the area, we know that the side of a square, this is where we would separate it. So let me just draw a line here again to show the separations. All right. We are going to combine the area of a square with the area of a semicircle. And how we get the area of the square is 10 multiplied by 10, which is 10 squared. Now, the area of the semicircle, we have area of a circle is pi by r squared. We already established that because this is the diameter of the semicircle, to be able to find the radius for the perimeter, we divided 10 by 2 to give us 5. So our radius is 5 multiplied by 5. So pi by radius. Now, why we are multiplying by 1/2 is because this is half of a circle and not a full circle. Had we have a full circle, this 1/2 would not be here. So 10 multiplied by 10 will give you 100, and a half multiplied by 3.1415 multiplied by 5 squared will give you 39.27. When we combine these two figures together, we find the total area, which is this area that is colored black inside of this sheet. That gives us 139.27 millimeters squared. Any questions? Kimoy? What question do you have, Kimoy? So for those of you who are probably wondering, Kimoy is currently typing in the chat her responses. Probably she's getting problems with her audio. And I'm only allowing it for this session because she's most likely having difficulties with her audio or having a lot of background noise, right? So Kimoy, do you understand or do you have any questions? Hello? Okay, you understand. Okay, great. Let's move on to the next question, which is our last question this evening before we wrap up for class. Given that the above shape consists of 2 identical triangles with their touching lines length of 8 centimeters and total height of 24 centimeters, find the area of the sheet. So the height of these 2 triangles. So let me just draw a line here again. So I'm going to draw a line from here to here. right? So now you are seeing two triangles in this area here. And to be able to get the length of one triangle, we are going to divide 24 by 12. So the area of a triangle is a half multiplied by breadth by height. Our height is 8 centimeters. So a half multiplied by 8 multiplied by 12 will give you the area of one triangle. Now notice something very important in the question. These triangles are identical. So instead of adding the two values together to be able to get the area of the shape, we are going to multiply the area of one triangle by 2. And that will give us 96 centimeters squared. Any questions?
No, miss.
Kimoy, do you understand? Okay then. Okay, so that will be all for class this afternoon. I will send you guys an email, not this afternoon. I will send you guys an email by Monday afternoon. All right, so let me just